Benvenuti, fellas and bellas all over the world. Welcome back to the Napoli Rant. I am Rafiz, joined by my co-host, the Vicar of Vesuvius, Rafa Rismo.
What's up, Rafizardo?
Ciao, bello. Back from vacation, back from our June hiatus. So nice.
I mean, we're back from vacation, hiatus, everything, right?
Yeah, man.
We are back and better than ever, brother.
June has been kind of that, little like impromptu break for all these Napoli content creators. But hello to everybody in the chat and to all of our audio listeners. Great show tonight. We got a few things lined up for everybody. The new kit dropped today. Boy, is it exciting. We're going to talk all about, in fact, we're going to start with that tonight because we all know we've been waiting for this one. We got ADL throwing a little bit of shade at Giuntoli today. That was fun, and I was expecting that one, boy. Like, what's ADL without throwing a little bit of shade at somebody who decided to
rename him Shade DL? Right?
Shade DL, I love it. Oh, that should have been the name of the episode. We have some talk about center backs. Kim out, maybe Ikatura in. We're going to talk about him, somebody we've been checking out. Osimhen parking or flying. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? And we'll even like recap a little bit when we spoke to Oma on the Instarant and right. What he said and what we think. And then we'll wrap up today's show with the first few games of the Campionato and talk about our feelings there and see how we're going to start the season. But I do want to say hello to everybody in the chat. We had Antonio in the house. He said, will I be the only person in here tonight? And he almost was, but nope. I'm here too, Antonio, from Raptor Will. So thank you to you guys for the first. Usually we do the first one, but we did the first two today. HR Derby's on, but I need my Napoli fix, says Anthony. Thank you, sir. Like I needed my fix today too, Rafa. So it's good to be back. Need the ADL impersonation. Maybe I'll do one later, guys. Why not? Let's get in with a bang. But Rafa, let's just get into it. Hard body right now with the new kit drop, man. So we only have two kits that they showed, right? The home kit and the away kit. We still. Right. We know more or less the parameters of the third kit, but we haven't seen it yet. So let's start at the home. Let's start at the kit, the home kit.
Well, what I will say is the home kit comes in, and first of all, unless everybody's been living under a rock, the kits were leaked last weekend, like at the beginning of last weekend. Right? Yeah, they were leaked out. Some shady pictures. It looks like they were taken out of the box and just like someone threw it on a chair and took a picture with their iPhone in a bad angle.
It was like the worst photoshopping ever for a leaked kit. But anyway, go ahead.
For sure. But the thing is that that's what people started thinking. Maybe they were like replicas or knockoffs. They had eBay on the side. It was Amazon before. I've seen a Coca-Cola kit out there, which would have been really nice. The point I'm trying to make is it wasn't sure if it was the official kits. And then I remembered last year the kits were kind of leaked as well. And maybe even the first ones, the first EA7s. That a couple of days before, someone opened up the box, took a picture, and it leaked, right?
Right.
And everybody was kind of going crazy about it. Like, I don't like it. I'm not feeling the collar. I don't like the white stripes. What is this, 2007 again? Blah, blah, blah. And we just had to wait, didn't we, Ralph? We just had to wait until we saw it in lights, on some models, on some players, with actual professional photos taken. And, oh, my goodness, do we have probably one of, if not the best Napoli kit I've ever seen in my entire life. In my opinion, Ralph.
Okay.
This blue Scudetto kit is everything. Everything I would want. Okay. Now, I wasn't too much of the one of they're out there, those red latte haters, right? Like
I want to say something about that, about sponsors later, but go ahead.
Yeah, but man, white just hits better doesn't it? It just does, and it's not that they're wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that it's maybe a little extreme with the with the red. I understood the box with the Lete. By the way, just want to say thank you to Lete. There's a lot of
Seriously.
haters out there. 18
Seriously.
years as main sponsors. They stuck with us through and through. We won a Scudetto with them. I wish this was an official kit that we could at least wear this one more time with Lete officially. I'm glad these were mocked up so that we could have them at least. But the new era begins with MSC.
Lete suffered kind of like Koulibaly, I feel like. It was like the guys who deserve to experience the Scudetto are gone when the Scudetto thing happened. Well, granted, okay, we won the Scudetto with the Lete
Right. They were our sponsors as winners. They were with us from the beginning.
Right.
Ralph, I mean.
But hold on. I'm just saying, as much as like the Lete sponsorship was always an eyesore for so many people, they still stuck it out with us for all these years. And
you know what?
I think they just deserved to be on a kit with the Scudetto patch. So I don't know. Can we do something nice for them? I don't know. Like,
dude, I don't know. I feel like, listen, things happen. I'm sure it's not because of the red. That's why Lete got taken out, right?
No, they got taken out because they got probably outbid, I think.
Outbid by MSC. Napoli's becoming a bigger brand. I mean, not for nothing, but I see MSC crochet everywhere.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about that then, because I wanted to rant about something. I saw these tweets or whatever complaining about, MSC fucking ruin our jerseys and blah, 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 blah. I don't know what kind of standards people have when it comes down to sponsorships on their kit. I mean, how picky are you that you need some name brand fucking sponsor? Listen, sponsorships on the front of the jersey go to the highest bidder. Those are the people who hand you the most money for your team so they can be up there. MSC is, I think, one of the largest. I think they're number 3 in regards to the boating, to the cruise ship industries, but the largest in the cargo ship industry. And not only that, they're the largest privately owned company, one of the largest privately owned company in the world. They're owned by Napolitans. They're owned, operated, and started by Napolitans. And I think it was around 1970. All right. So we have a sponsorship who are Neapolitan, who are handing us a ton of money. They're a huge company. And on top of that, they're about to make a private island. Yes, sir. Private island in the Bahamas, fellas and bellas. So I don't want to hear any more about the sponsor is this and the sponsor is that. Like, guys, just quit it, man. The jerseys are absolutely gorgeous. The MSC, it's pretty cool. It's a simple logo. It's not clashy. It doesn't stick out too much. Enjoy it. Rafa's gonna come back in a second, but until then, I like to get some opinions out here in the thing. Antonio says, I'm good with MSC. Great cruise line. Also had an amazing time on them. There you go. Another satisfied customer. MSC's fine. Rafa, just throw me the thumbs up when you're ready down there. Okay. Bingo bango. So they're trying to buy ITA now. Airways also with Lufthansa. Look at that. See,
so ITA Airways is owned right now by Delta. So if that comes to fruition, then that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, they're making moves, right? And listen, ADL, we're gonna get to this too later. ADL doesn't make moves for no reason. If there's one thing that we've learned about this guy over the last 20 years, right? Because we're entering, was this 23, 24? We're entering season 19, or is it season 20 now?
I think it's 19.
Season 19, right? He doesn't make moves for no reason.
Right.
This guy. There's a reason why he picked MSC to be the main sponsor.
Yeah,
You
because they
know,
gave him the most money, Rafa. But he's always supported smaller companies. That's the thing,
Mhm.
especially local Italian ones. Almost all of our sponsors on our kits were smaller Italian companies. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, yeah, and listen, the on the kit side of things, right? The
Hmm.
jersey side of things, I'm really happy with the red Lete on a white kit or without the block, but definitely the MSC navy on white and even white on blue is much nicer. Here I have one of my favorite Napoli kits in the Lete era, and this one is the Champions League kit from 2000. It's the 90th edition jersey. The red block, yeah, it's an eyesore, but I mean, it also depends on the kit. If the kit is nice, the kit is nice. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But compare that to just the red. People were pissed about the red block. They got rid of the red block. Then people got pissed because Lete is in red. It's just like I just don't get it. Then you have the only one of the only times that Lete was only in white with no block. This was the Diodora. This was the Serie B kit. I've worn this on the show before.
The
But
last
this was
Kappa kits didn't the red Kappa kits have the Lete in white, if I
it
remember
it
correctly?
it did when yes, but it had a block. Like there was one of the red kits you could see like a blue block around it. Like for some reason
I
they put
have
a
it
block
too.
on
I
it
should know
still,
that.
right? But this kit is the Serie B kit. And people were likening the home kit to, and for those on the audio, go to YouTube and check us out. Um, this was the kit that has like the line.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What's that?
Rafa, you look frozen. There we go. No,
Frozen.
no,
I'm
you
moving.
were. Now you weren't. Not
Okay.
frozen. Not like icicle frozen. Summer.
Am I back now? Am I
Yeah,
good
you're
now?
back.
Everything
Back.
good? Yeah.
Rafa, some people commented on the trim, the red, white, and green trim. I personally think it's nice, but it's a little too much. I think
Mm.
maybe along the collar they could have done without. What do you think?
I disagree, man. I love it. I
But on the
absolutely love it.
collar and the sleeves? On
Yeah,
the
man.
collar
Because
and the sleeves?
listen. If you and I'm not trying to compare, but
No, I mean
if you look
just
if you look at Milan's kits from when sometimes they wear the Italian flag on their kits, sometimes Juve did it. I feel like Napoli really was determined to wear the red, white, and blue around the red, white, and green around the blue kit
uh-huh.
because of to commemorate the Scudetto. I know you have the Scudetto on your jersey, but I think it was cool. I think it's cool to show the fans that Italy is represented in this jersey as well,
Right.
right?
Right.
Maybe it's a way, and I did watch that video this morning, live. Made Napoli. It's funny. Napoli made us wait, just like the rant makes us wait. But
Mm.
once we got in, I believe and we'll talk about the whites, but they mentioned the white. And how Vesuvio is highlighted in the white. And it's a sort of a way to say, we're bringing Vesuvio to you because those are our away kits, right? So, like, if we
Right.
were to go away and wear those, we're bringing Vesuvio on your pitch.
Right.
So, when you come to our home with the blue, we're representing Italy when you
Mhm.
come here, right? That's, I think, a message saying, like,
Here it
we
is.
are Italy. We deserve to be here. And for those of you who feel differently, well, F you, look what we have on our shirt. You know what
Gotcha.
I mean?
I know.
In
I
my
know it's
opinion.
symbolic. The Scudetto was supposed to be like right kind of over or like right in between the Vesuvio. I get it. Rafa, here, this is going to be a little controversial. Now, love the white with the navy blue trim. The contrast, amazing. The navy blue MSC on the white looked gorgeous. Hated the sublimation. I'm
No.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. Even
Yeah, I'm
after
gonna
you
do it. I'm
saw it,
gonna be
even
that guy.
after you saw it on
Look,
some people,
I didn't see it on anybody. I
you didn't
just
see it.
what
You didn't see
I
it
didn't.
on.
I tried. I tried. I tried. I tried. I just. Is it an actual just like fucking Vesuvio photo with like 20% opacity on it, and it just
Dude,
I don't
love
like
it.
that souvenir tchotchke look for a main kit. I just don't. Like the Panther one grew on me, but it was something
What?
cool within the it
Are
did.
you kidding me?
It sounds I know it's crazy. It's
The
like don't try
Panther
to
one
figure me
grew
out.
on you?
Yeah,
Dude,
I
that
bought it.
Panthers have nothing to do with Napoli.
Who cares? It's a cool kid. You know, it was like, rah, it's an animal. We're beasts, bro. We're beasts. Look, I get it. I would have probably liked to see maybe some type of two-dimensional kind of like, kind of geometric maybe shape to it and all. I'm just not crazy. Listen, I wasn't crazy about the player kits. I know why they made them, obviously. I wasn't crazy about the Maradona kit, even though Fran, he loves it. And the red one was kind of cool. I just don't like these sublimated images on these kits. Like these sublimated photos on these kits to me look very cheap and souvenir-like. And that's just how I feel. I didn't like the Panther was one of the worst kits we've ever had.
I
Yo,
agree.
I agree. And I agreed about the denim, and I bought both.
No, but see,
They're
I
better than
I never thought that about the denim. I was a big
denim.
fan of the denim.
Denims were good. The new kits are listen, I like the colors. I like the color scheme. I don't it was like it's kind of like the same shit with the flames. I'm not into that style. I'm just not into this sublimated images. Maybe I'm not used to it. Maybe I'm a little bit more of a traditionalist. Maybe I'm a little bit more simple. I was talking with Fran, I don't know, like a week or two back when he came back from Italy. He dropped off some stuff. Big thank you, by the way, to Francesco, and a huge thank you to Michele Scotta di Luzza for bringing me some gifts, but that I asked for, really. But still, they still got it for me and brought it to me. Thank you so much. Yellow camo was terrible. The demo was good. Line border, yes, definitely. From
The
Pasquale.
line border was
The yellow
great.
camo was
I loved
probably
it.
the worst. And what was bad, I like the green camo, but the yellow and blue camo were absolutely hideous. That color scheme are just terrible.
Dude,
But
you want to see absolutely hideous? Look up Napoli third kit Kappa 2019.
oh,
Those are hideous, dude.
well,
Those are
either
hideous.
way, Rafa, I'm just not into that style, man. But I what I was saying about fun is that we voted last year's kits. Oh, geez. Oh, it's the gray one, huh? I'm telling you, it's all right in black, bro. I'm telling you. I'm gonna wear it again so you can see it.
The
Rafa.
black ones were okay.
Black ones were all right, and I hated the Panther thing. I was like, this is so stupid. I hate it. I bought the black one. I was like, damn, this thing's kind of nice. So, anyway, we had said how we thought last year's kits was probably one of the best home kits ever designed, ever in Napoli history, pre and post and during the ADL era, with maybe the exception of the Buitoni. The Enere Buitoni Scudetto, what was that, the 88 kit? Or the 88, 89?
The one above me here.
Right. Yes, those. I mean, the simplicity of it, the Scudetto patch, the Coppa Italia, just gorgeous. The simplicity of it was gorgeous. So I will give it to that. But one of the best kits, man.
Ralphie, let
ADL
me ask you a question.
Vincenzo saying ADL and EA7 keep up in their game.
They do. I'm impressed by it. I like it. Let me ask you a question. Okay, Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
This was this was the special kit for the final of the Coppa Italia 2014, right? That Napoli wore.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Now here, let me shut this light off here.
No, I can see that too. Yeah, has some.
Here you see the red, white, and green flag accents at the top of the collar. Right there. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love it. The collar comes down. You can wear it down. You can wear it up.
But don't you think something like that he could have done? I just think the trim.
Would you have preferred the smaller, sleeker trim with a white collar?
100%. That would have been insanity if they went.
So you're not opposed to the Italian flag trim being on there. What if it was on a white cuff? Right,
I think like a little bit thinner. I would have been all right with it.
Thinner and a white,
maybe,
cuff.
or at least maybe like in one place as opposed to two. I just think
okay,
1, 2, 3,
like this one is only
much.
On the collar. It's not on the sleeve.
Exactly. It's a little much. But all in all, I still love it. I still love it. It is super clean. It is super elegant. We are really kind of like redefining the game when it comes down to all these things. And there's a few other kit drops out there that were really good, but you know, I think what we're doing is something unique, Rafa.
I really
So
like the Roma kits, man. Let me also say that Adidas is really, really, really doing it for me. They
yeah,
are, and I got to
stepping
tell
it up.
you, if from now on, if we're not EA7, I want to go to Adidas. They're really doing it for me. And I'm not a big fan of Adidas. I never was a big fan of Adidas. I wasn't. I always was like, yeah, it's just too, typical. It's too clone like, you know what I mean? Everybody's got it. In the MLS, all the teams have to be Adidas. I don't like that uniformity there. I don't like that at all.
Mhm.
But the kits, especially the Roma kits, and then there was that celebratory 125th anniversary Italy kit, which I fell deeply in love with, and I
Mm.
need to get my hands on.
Fire,
Um, but
fire.
yeah, I mean, listen, as far as EA7 goes, I think I'm very happy with the kits.
Hmm.
I'm very happy with the white, with the navy trim, with the perforation or the little ends are I think they're more like accentuating this season than they were
Okay.
last season.
Hmm.
Am I wrong, Ralph, or am I right on that? Like when you look at the blue kits,
Yeah,
the new blue kits, right?
it feels like there's a little bit more texture to it,
Yeah,
almost like
yeah.
almost as if they were stamped in, as opposed to,
And
or maybe they
also,
were. I
and
don't, I
then
don't
we
know.
can move on because
Yeah,
we will move on.
yeah.
Also, the last thing I want to say about these kits, like I feel so privileged to be a privy to this information. I never knew that the Scudetto had embossed in their logo
Hmm.
the Napoli logo or like
Yeah,
the logo of the winner.
yeah,
Because I looked at it and I saw the Napoli symbol embossed in there, and I'm like,
yeah.
how do you get a tattoo like that? I want one, but um, then I think I forgot who it was. Someone said to me, "No, I think it's special to Napoli. We're the ones that did it," but that's wrong because I looked it up, and Inter did it, Milan did it, and Juventus did it in the last 3 seasons.
Hmm.
So the winner of the Scudetto gets their logo like hidden
Oh,
inside the jersey. You can't see it with the naked eye. You have to look up close.
dope.
It's not here because this is, listen, this is a nice kit, but it's a mock up.
Hmm.
It's a, it's really good quality actually. It's compared to the quality of the actual kits. These kits I'm wearing right now are very, very similar. It's just, ugh, I can't believe we're winning. We're wearing a Scudetto. This is what I've been. This is a day today, July 10th, 2023, is a day that I've been waiting for so long, Ralph. You have no idea. Like
Okay.
when every season when we get close to a Scudetto or like we just miss it or halfway through the season where I'm like, can we
Okay.
do it? Or if we don't do it, I'm like, oh man, that means next season we're not wearing a Scudetto on our kits. And
Mm.
like, imagine if we won and we drop a Scudetto kit. Today is the day, man.
Today's the day.
We
We got
drop
it. They're
Scudetto
finally
kits.
here. They're finally
You know,
here, and we're gonna get them all. And I'm going broke next season. But let's move on because during the kid presentation, ADL in ADL fashion threw a little bit of shade at our former sporting director, Giuntoli. I'm calling this piece Juventoli. Who was it? The lady who had said that her husband was a big Napoli fan, and
oh,
then
the lady with
ADL was
the
like,
lady from eBay,
finalmente.
right?
Finalmente, non teniamo una, right? It was like, what would he say? We don't, non teniamo un Juventini nella nostra campo, right? It was
Uh
like,
huh.
we don't have a Juventini in our base
He
anymore,
said if
man.
he knew Giuntoli was a Juventino earlier, he would have gotten rid of him a long time ago.
Wow. I mean, fucking wow. This is how much ADL does not like you breaking your contracts and trying to get out of town for whatever reason, man.
Yeah,
Like
you're
I
right, man.
I don't want to say I couldn't believe it, but I could believe it. He does this shit all the he's if well, there is one thing you could say about ADL is that he's certainly consistent with his shade. And
He's
if
gonna
you
throw the
out,
shade.
he's gonna throw some shade at you. And boy, I mean, this was the guy that helped put together the team that won the Scudetto. All right, and he only had one measly year left, and he still caught the wrath. He still caught the wrath. How do you feel now, Rafa? I've asked you in the past. Does Giuntoli get a pass? How do you feel about him passing to Juve? How do you feel about going to Juve? Now, you have said yourself that you give him a pass. It's okay. He won the Scudetto. He did his job. He stayed long enough. Do you still feel that way? Has anything changed for you now that it's official and it's sunk in that, Giuntoli works for Juve? How does it feel?
Well,
Can you still admire him? Can you? Can you, Ralph?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yes.
And I want to know in the chat. Yeah, everybody in the chat, tell me how you feel about this situation.
Yeah, tell us how you feel. I know there are people out there that's going to curse him out. Fine. Here's how I feel about the situation.
Nostro clan. Dai, parliamo della nostro clan. Rafa Rispo. Dai.
We all know how Higuain left us, right?
Okay.
We all know how Milik wanted Juve the whole time he was at Napoli. We all know how, Sarri left Napoli, went to Chelsea, then went to Juve, and that kind of left a sour taste in a lot of our mouths. And the common denominator of all these players, right? Quagliarella went to Juve, but that was, that comes out later that it was a whole, scandal that rocked, Quagliarella's family and everything.
Quagliarella
like he had no choice. He gets a pass. He has no choice. Right. But at the time, there were a lot of people out there that were not happy with him.
I was one of them.
Yeah, absolutely, and fairly, right? Rightly so. Two people get a pass for me. Three maybe, because especially one that didn't leave right away and go there.
Giuntoli, tell me.
Well,
does he get a pass?
Ferrara gets a pass, Cannavaro gets a pass, and Giuntoli gets a pass. Giuntoli gets a pass because of the reason Ferrara gets a pass. Ferrara won everything with us and then needed to further his career. Napoli couldn't pay him anymore. He went to Juventus. Okay. Maybe the rivalry at the time wasn't even as big as it is now, but people still hate on him for that. Cannavaro's born and bred in Napoli, still a Napoli fan. Brother was our captain, won the World Cup, went to Juve later. I don't have a problem with Cannavaro. I don't have a problem with Giuntoli, man. I don't have a problem. This guy comes out later and says, I've been a Juventino all my life, right? Similarly to Sarri, he talked crap about Juve when he was with us, and now he's a Juventino all his life. Sarri talked crap about Juve all the time, went to Juve. Not saying that he was necessarily a Napoli fan, but a Juve fan, but Giuntoli for me gets a pass because what he said, if he had said what he said, oh man, I'm happy. If he asked for out of his contract a year early, if ADL grants it, if he goes to Juve, and if he says, I've been a Juve fan my entire life, and he did not deliver on a Scudetto, then F you, Giuntoli. In my opinion, Giuntoli gets a pass. We won the Scudetto with his leadership. Yes, he has a team. Yes, ADL has talked about how the team, he just led the team. The team still worked. Fine. I'm fine with that. I think the guys that are in place right now, I'm forgetting the guy's name. God help me. The guys that are in place right now, they'll be fine.
Okay.
Because I don't think we're hiring a new sporting director. I think we're just going to promote from within or keep the position vacant and let the members of the team do what they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a problem with Giuntoli going to Juventus because he won us the Scudetto, man. Like, he went out in a blaze of glory, right? I mean, it's not like Spalletti going. It's not like Osimhen signed. It's not like we lost Di Lorenzo to Juve. It's not like, Lobotka said, hey, man, I'm out. I want to go to Juve. You know what I mean? Giuntoli was important for us, but he wasn't a player on the field. So the emotion wasn't there for a fan. It's for me, it doesn't, I don't care enough. I don't care. Plus, look at all these players that Juve were linked to that are falling through. Now he's there now, right? He's there now.
Okay.
And maybe now some players will come through. But here's something that I have in my head, Ralph, and I want you to think about this, and maybe you can comment on this too. I want the chat to think about this too.
Okay, let's go for it.
I realized something over the past couple of days, and I was talking to Dom Puzzo from Bronx,
Okay.
Dom BX, he's in here right now. I was
He's in the
talking to him
chat.
earlier, and I said, tune in, Dom, because I'm going to tell you something on the rant that I realized. Chucky Lozano, Matteo Politano, they're going to be going. Possibly both, maybe one. The vibe is that they're gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of talks about Chiesa coming to Napoli. ADL doesn't do things for nothing. ADL isn't going to let someone just go for no reason. What if ADL said, okay, you want to go to Juventus? Go to Juventus. Deliver me Federico Chiesa.
Isn't he making noise? Isn't he making noise that he wants to go to the EPL? Isn't he asking to go
Chiesa?
to the Yeah, from what I read today, actually. It was
you read it today. I didn't read
it. I read it today. I don't know.
But in my opinion, you don't get something for nothing. I'm not convinced that ADL just let this guy out of his contract and go to Juve for all, of all teams for no reason. In my opinion, it's, hey, you get me Chiesa or you help me fill a hole before you leave. Like that's how I felt about the situation before. Remember when the rumors were, right around the time we won the Scudetto, and the rumors came out that he was going to leave, he wanted to leave. And my feeling and my sentiment was that, okay, you can go. You just got to stick around and help me plug a couple holes, then you can go. But what if this is the case? What if the case is, hey, we need to replace our right wingers? What if I need Chiesa? You go to Juve and facilitate that move for me, and we call it even. But he's going to throw his shots. Listen, Giuntoli threw his shots at Napoli saying he's a Juventus fan his whole life. He kept a nice job keeping it hush-hush. ADL has every right to throw shots at Giuntoli. He wants to leave for direct competition.
Right.
And a heated rival at that. Right?
Right.
So it's only speculation. It's my thoughts. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not saying that's why he left and that's why ADL let him out. I'm just saying those are my thoughts and feelings that what if
it's a fun theory.
He said, it's a theory, I think it's one that is valid. It works, I think.
Did he not get some type of money from Juve in order for Giuntoli to break the contract or something like that? Man, I'm terrible on details, but
no, I don't know. I don't know. I think he had to pay some of his contract off to be let go. And I think maybe Juve helped him with that. I'm not 100%.
Okay. It's interesting because, Ralph, I like your theory. I think it's fun. I don't know if I want kids on the team. Maybe he's all right, but I'm afraid. I mean, I guess he's healthy now. He could probably provide for the team, but for that cost, I don't know. I wonder if we can find other younger.
I mean, I see Berardi in the chat, but Berardi for me goes to Lazio, I think.
Yeah.
I think Berardi's going to go to Lazio. Did you just see that Sergei Milinkovic-Savic is accepting a deal with the Saudis too? That was another Juve target.
These dudes are buying.
They are buying everybody.
Right. They are dropping guap.
But you know what they don't have, bro?
What?
TV rights.
TV rights?
They need TV rights, man. If I guarantee you, if they can get a U.S. TV rights, if they can get U.S. TV, deal.
Here we go.
Here we go. It could be big. Yeah.
Here we go. Joe Fischetti saves the day. We saved about $4 to $5 million.
Joe Fischetti, what would we do without you?
The
encyclopedia. What should we call him? Encyclonopoly or something like that?
I don't know. We got to think of a good name. But Joe Fischetti from the Forza-Napoli podcast, thank you for coming by to watching the show.
So he saved about $4 to $5 million in salary, bonuses, unpaid wages, and etc. by letting go of Giuntoli. Okay.
I think this is it. I don't, I mean, I love the theory because I always love fun conspiracy theories, but I think it was him saving money. Don't forget, ADL a couple years ago said, listen, if you don't want to stay on this team, I'm not going to hold you back anymore. And in fact, don't forget during the celebration for the Scudetto, or no, rather, it was I don't know if it was a press conference or some type of get together. He said, to be in Napoli is a privilege, not an obligation. And considering that his coach and now his sporting director wanted to leave, I think, that was shots fired. He was saying, you guys want to leave? You can leave. That's his attitude now. He's not going to hold you back if you really want to go. So, I think, him saving some money, saying, you know what, whoever doesn't want to be here, get out of here. He's running his own business. He's doing okay. He's gotten what he's wanted, and I just find it hilarious that Giuntoli said that don't worry, as long as ADL is president, you'll be in good hands. I said this on the Insta rant a few weeks ago when they had the Scudetto presentation, and Giuntoli looked like he was forced to say that.
Mm-hmm.
He was forced to say, yeah, no, you're all right. ADL's the president, guys. Everything.
Right.
But speaking of big and holes, of filling holes here, the biggest gap that was left in our lineup was the departure of Kim, who is now a player for Bayern Munich. We're happy for him. Congratulations. But we do have to fill in that position now. There was a few name drops over the past, I don't know, a couple weeks. But one of the names, which I like, that we saw a little while ago, kind of went cold. Now it's starting to heat up again, was the Japanese Ikatura. So I'm dubbing this one Kim out, Ikatura in. And, I don't know much about this player, to be quite honest. I typically formulate my opinions from those cheesy YouTube videos like, oh, welcome to Napoli, Ikatura, But from what I did see, he seems like a really kind of quick, agile player. He can take the ball forward, kind of like Kim did, kind of like Koulibaly used to do. He can take the ball forward. He can shoot from outside the box. He has a great slide tackle, which I like to see, man, because those things come in handy. So, Kyle Erber saying Ikatura versus Kilman at this point. I bet you that Kilman thing goes cold, man. This guy, I don't know. From what I saw, he's big. Kilman, I think he's a center back, but
yeah,
I didn't see a whole lot of I didn't really see anything special. I saw something reliable, which could be good, and he's big. Like I said, he's about the same height as Rahmani.
right?
Probably a little bit more like huskier, but I liked Ikatura simply because, mainly because of his agility, his offensive awareness, as well as his defensive awareness, his slide tackling ability, and his ability to shoot from outside the box, which is something that we missed a little bit towards the end of the season last season. So I'd like your guys' opinion real quick. I don't want to speculate too much, Rafa, because until the ink hits the paper, I don't believe anything. So Ikatura, I don't know if you know anything about him, if you've seen anything, but
well, I could say one thing, Ralphie, is that we both were fooled, and it's not Ikatura, it's Itakura.
Itakura.
So it's ITA like Italia, and then Kura. And I thought it was Ikatura myself because it just rolls off the tongue a little easier. But
shame on me.
But no, shame on us. Shame on us. Hey, we got a real Quadriscalia issue here with this name, right? But the point is this, right? He comes from Borussia, right? Mönchengladbach. So he comes from Germany. We've done a lot better with transfers that are not very well known, right? You had Kim come in from Turkey, the Turkish league, right? You had Kvara come in from the Georgian league, previously the Russian league, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy was on a formidable squad, contending for Europe a little this season. I could be wrong about that, but I remember seeing them contending at some point previously, and in a top 5 league. So again, the scouts know what they're doing. If they choose Itakura, then that's the way it is. Does it help with, does it, the factor of, global marketing come into play? Sure. Mind you, on that note, Alessandro Formisano, 18 years, our global marketing director, stepped down this year, and we will have a new one. So there you go. Right. For those who are a little bit, agitated over the last 18 years of crappy marketing, we have a new marketing guy coming in. So there's that. But
do something.
I mean, this guy coming in, I mean, the buzz is that it's going to be him. I don't know a lot about him. I would have liked to see this guy Lenormand come in as well. I think he's a pretty decent center back. He plays, I think, in England too. But I'm gonna trust. I'm gonna trust the fellas in the back for this one. You know, I want everybody to not panic at the decision that we make, because what happened last season, right? I just don't think that we would ever replace poorly. You know, it's not like us to replace poorly. So,
Macarenga, Valentina, Joe Fischetti says.
is she new? Is she Joe? Is she the new marketing director? Because I know that she's design with EA7. Like, I know that. You know, she's in that camp, but I don't know if she's the marketing person per se. Maybe she is, possibly.
Guys, we're gonna wrap up with this last topic today. First of all, thank you to everybody. Please,
I did see really quick while we load that up. I did see something about. I guess there was a Corriere dello Sport interview with one of the reporters, and they asked him if they thought Itakura coming to Naples was a good idea, considering that the African Cup of Nations was this year, but he's not African, which
wasn't it some cup in Japan or something?
Yeah, but it says the African Cup of Nations. Are they guests this year or something? No, they're not. They're not on the list to play. Is there an Asian Cup? Maybe they got it wrong.
I thought it was like some type of Asian Cup, right? Maybe it was a little typo. I don't know.
I'm checking it right now, guys, for those who are as concerned and confused as I am. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's the Asian Cup, the AFC Asian Cup, Qatar 2023 is from the 12th of January
and they're playing it in Africa.
No.
I mean,
playing
in
it in Qatar. Qatar is Asia.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I guess they must have made a mistake
today, man.
So they must have made a mistake, and they said African Cup, but it's the Asian Cup. Okay. So there's that. Japan is in the Asian Cup, so we would have lost Kim anyway. Well, I don't know. Kim and the South Korean team, they don't get along too well right now. So. Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, big. I mean, little topic that it's not gaining too much traction. But not long ago, we did an Insta rant, Rafa and I, and randomly, Oma Aktugba ended up coming in as a guest, and we spoke about Victor Osimhen. So I'm dubbing this one Osimhen. Parking or flying. Now, there hasn't really been much in the newspaper. We all know that ADL is not gonna. He's not gonna soften up his demands. All right, it's 150 or bust. Like, he's not lowering his demands. He's gonna keep him. Victor Osimhen has 2 more seasons left on his contract. I know they're trying to extend him for at least another year or so. They want to give him a little bit of raise. He has been working in. Now, I remember Oma had said that Osimhen has a big, and this was a great comment. He said that Victor Osimhen had a big decision to make. Does he stay for Napoli? Does he go? The deal is this. ADL is not going to let up. In fact, he had a comment recently. He said that, I'm not going to lower his thing. If the only team that can really, take him away is probably PSG, and they're going to have to cough up a couple $100 million. That's what he said. So, my short answer on this is he's parking. Victor Osimhen will be in a Napoli jersey, in my opinion, next season at the very least. Next season or one more season with Napoli, and then we'll see what happens. Because to me, there's no reason to leave. There's really no reason to leave. He's a young player. He has a whole career ahead of him. You just won the Scudetto after 33 years in Napoli. You are forever immortalized. The people love you. They emulate you. They treat you with respect. Yes, can Napoli be a little overbearing at times, but come on. You're not going to receive that kind of love anymore. All right. And I know his aspirations of maybe being on an EPL team, and that's fine. I wish him the best for his career. This is a short career, but I don't know, man. I think Osimhen stays, man. I think he's parking, Rafa. For you, parking or flying, man? What do you
he's parking 100%. For this season, he's parking.
Yeah.
Unless a ridiculous, crazy offer comes in
Mm-hmm.
of like 200 million, Napoli, he's staying in Napoli. 100%. No questions asked. No need to continue with that, right?
Yeah.
My question is, will he resign a new deal extending him because his current deal ends in 2025, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to make a little more money. And God, does he not deserve it? Like
100%.
Victor Osimhen deserves to be the highest paid player in Serie A. He's asking $7 million. Give him $7 million. It's that simple. You've dropped your wages. You've made more money. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Right.
If you don't do it, I still think he stays this year, and maybe he goes next season because ADL keeps on declining offers. 128 from Chelsea, 100 from PSG. Whatever Bayern Munich put in. What I'm afraid though, is that Osimhen, and I think I saw this a few days ago. I might be mistaken, but I thought I saw a report where Osimhen's agent wanted a buyout clause
A lower
put
one.
to put into the contract if they do sign it for under $100 million. There's no chance in hell that ADL is going to do that. There's not a chance in hell that ADL is going to make him agree to adding a transfer clause, a release clause for less than 100 mil. It's not happening. So, worst case scenario, they don't re-sign a new deal. He stays another year because no one's giving him the money he wants, or no one's giving ADL the money he wants. Then next season he goes for bigger money.
Right.
That's my worst case scenario. I do think he plays this season. I do. I think he wants one more shot at the Champions League with Napoli. He played one game of the group stage and got back really late from injury to show his Champions League, prowess last season.
Mm-hmm.
Think he wants to do it. So, listen, I wouldn't be too worried about these talks. I think he's committed to this team. He's said so many nice things over the past few weeks about Napoli, and just the way he feels the city, I don't think he goes anywhere yet. I really don't.
He doesn't need to. That's my point. It's like, all right, fine. Obviously, money talks, bullshit walks, or in this case, the player walks. Right now, you want to grab a bag. You want to get maybe in what you think is a more competitive league. That's fine. I'm totally cool with it. But in this case, now, if Napoli didn't win a Scudetto, I would say, okay, Osimhen, go. Go ahead. You did what you can at this point. I don't know how much more of a difference you're going to make. But clearly, this season, he makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Stay one more year. The pressure's off you now. The pressure's off you. You can go out there and have some fun now. Have some fun. Enjoy yourself. You're comfortable. You know the city. You know the league. You conquered the league. You have somebody beside you that can feed you the ball. We might get somebody else on the other side of you that can feed you the ball. Maybe we're going to improve on the guys behind you that can feed you the ball. Victor Osimhen stays and we make the signings that we have to make next season. He will be Capo Caniniero next season and we will win another Scudetto. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And he will supersede Edison Cavani as far as best striker in a Napoli jersey.
I think he's listen. Hot take.
If he hasn't already,
I don't know if it's a hot take because
I don't want to do it.
People might think the
I don't
same.
want to do
well,
it.
You know how much I love Cavani. I still have my long hair because of him, man. Like,
right. No, you have your long hair because I told you not to cut it because then I have to take a new
and
logo.
If you notice, I cut it quite a bit. Like not for nothing.
You did actually. You did.
Ali took a chunk off, man. Listen, it's summer, dude. I was ready. I was ready to skin fade this bitch. I was ready,
It
bro.
look like me,
I was
bro.
ready to skin to a 2. I'll leave the beard, Ralph. No worries.
Okay,
I'll
leave
wear
the
this
beard.
till it
I
grows
can't
back.
change the logo, right?
Nah, listen, the hair is it's not because of Cavani, but Cavani was one of my favorite players and still is.
Okay.
But when you talk about the Napoli in the annals of Napoli destiny dynasty, whatever you want to say, dude, Osimhen is a legend. It's over. Osimhen, Kvaratskhelia. It's all and Di Lorenzo.
Yeah. There's no murals of Edison Cavani up in Napoli.
No, there should be one. There should be one. I think there
one.
should be. He started the revolution.
In
man.
Caserta.
Listen. So what?
Who gets that
what,
joke?
man?
Who gets that joke? Yeah, I
Oh man, I wish I gave you these pictures. I wanted to give you pictures to show. When we were in Italy, I found we stayed in the area where Lobotka, Meret, and Zielinski get their haircut, right, in Quarto. Actually, the mural of Zielinski went up in Quarto as well, right around the corner from my aunt's house. Of course, the mural was 2 days after I left. Of course, these guys went and got their haircut at the neighborhood barbershop while we were in Naples shopping. And what we wanted to do was kind of chill around there to see if we got to see him. Well, there was a picture that was snapped of Lobotka getting his haircut at that barbershop.
Oh.
He was wearing a cape that was created for the Napoli, the Scudetto, and I fell in love with it. And I needed to have this cape. I said, I need this cape. Long story short, we found the guy who printed it was a plain white barber cape. We found the guy who did it, and we recently received from my dad as a gift for the barbershop, for all of us at the barbershop.
All right.
And I'm going to pull it up really quick. I should have sent it to you, Ralph, to put it up on the screen. But check these bad boys out. If you haven't seen these already, you guys.
Oh, fresh.
Yeah,
fresh,
man.
Fresh.
Yeah, these are cool.
Loving it.
These are cool.
Represent.
If you look up, Lobotka's Instagram or what have you, you'll find it. It says, grazie per aver realizzato il nostro sogno with the Scudetto, Napoli campioni d'Italia. It's pretty dope. There it is, right there.
Nice. Super nice, man.
Yeah. So these are the same. It's from the same guy who made the print, and it's the same beauty supply that Lobotka had.
All right.
And
if you want to look as good as Lobotka, definitely look these guys up.
It's pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool.
But Rafa, that's all the time we have. Yeah, fire in the cage. Tom would appreciate that. But guys, that's all the time we have today. We had a question. We'll be ranting every Monday again. We're gonna see tentative schedule. Me and Rafa are still kind of going through it all to figure it out how we're gonna bring it to you. But we wanted to get on today to kind of just talk about a few hot topics that were out there. But just stay posted in the Discord on Twitter, and we'll always share the information. Fortunato, we much love you all. Love you guys back. But thank you, Rafa. Excellent episode as always.
Good to be back
in the chat. Thank you, all the audio listeners. It was a lot of fun to be back. Good to be here. Looking forward to the new season. Looking forward to the summer market. And of course, a few new drops. Big shout out to Joey. He might have a drop soon. I'm not going to say anything. Yet. Eric, thanks.
You're leaving all these hints there. Yeah.
Listen, man. Listen. Me and Joe going back and forth a little bit the other day.
That's good. These kits sold out in about an hour, just so you guys know.
Yeah. As was expected.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, guys, thank you again. We'll see you soon. Stay campioni d'Italia. Forza Napoli. Ciao, guys. Ciao.